Thank you, Mr Speaker. Britain's steel industry is not competitive because of high energy costs and excessive red tape. But instead of addressing the root causes, this Labour government reverts back to its default solution of nationalisation. Why is this government so keen to take us back to the 1970s? If we cannot bring our ruinous energy costs under control, then Britain's steel industry will never be profitable and the UK taxpayer will be left footing the bill. Can the Minister confirm how much working capital has been provided and what the forecast ongoing cost is to the taxpayer? Will it be more than the £2.5 billion set aside for steel this Parliament? And if so, where will this money come from? Will the government provide compensation to Xinjiang? And what assessment the government has made of the threat of legal action from China because of nationalisation? The previous Secretary of State said that the government would seek to find a buyer for British Steel. Several parties have expressed interest. Can the Minister confirm whether discussions are ongoing with these parties, and if not, why not? In March 2025, the government received advice on the state of the blast furnaces, the cost of decommissioning and land remediation. Can the Minister tell the House the state of the blast furnaces, how long their lifespan is, and the expected cost of remediating the site? We cannot allow British Steel to become a multi-billion-pound liability for the taxpayer without any scrutiny. Therefore, when will the Minister next provide an update on British Steel to the House? Thank you.
Minister.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Let me begin, first of all, with a question with regards to relations with China. We've been very, very clear that this decision was one that was made in the national interest, not because of the national identity of those who previously owned the site. We, in the steel strategy, have been very, very clear that we think that the future of steel will often be with partnerships with the private sector, with co-investment. That was the approach we took with Tata. It's the approach we've taken elsewhere in the sector, and we've made significant resources available to encourage new private entrants into the sector. I have to slightly take issue, Mr Speaker, with the slightly year zero approach, as if British Steel was in and British steelmaking was in a fantastic state under her government. Crude production is down 50% over the last 10 years. We've seen community after community abandoned. And I simply don't accept the idea that we're all going to be in flares and wearing kipper ties and going back to the 1970s simply because we have a government which is willing to intervene rather than standing by and letting people and communities fall into the scrap heap.